Hey friends, this is a VR to Z Outdoors 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's a lot of subscribers. I'm kind of envious of you, man. That's great work. You know, for anyone who doesn't know about Zed, check out his channel because, okay, sometimes you got to pour yourself a cup of tea and kick back for a while because he tends to go long, but it's worth it. You know, just watch it. He's a great guy. It's a good channel. I watch it a lot. And obviously a lot of other people are too, because he's got the subscribers to show for it, you know. What the VR is he's asked what our three life lessons we've learned are, three sort of words of wisdom. Now here's the thing, I watched his video and said, yeah, that's cool, I can do that, and then I totally forgot about it, so I don't have anything prepared. I mean, maybe that makes it more honest, right? I mean, if I'm doing this off the cuff, maybe it's more stuff I'm feeling than stuff I'm trying to impress you with or something, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just looking for an excuse because I didn't do my homework. But yeah, okay. 3 life lessons. I'd say the first one, you know, the first one is to get the hell out of the city for a little while, every now and again. And I don't mean bushcraft and camping and canoeing, rock climbing. I don't mean, you know, people who are like real Gaia-philes or anything like that. I mean, on a societal level, okay, my thoughts on this have been kind of influenced by a book I read called, I think it was Last Child in the Woods, Last Kid in the Forest, Last Child in the Woods, I think. I'll check that and I'll put it down on the screen. And he talks about, you know, nature deficiency disorder, and you know, some people think of that as kind of, you know, fuzzy philosophy, but I really believe in it, because if I haven't, you know, gotten into the trees even just for a couple of hours, you know, every week or so, I start to go a little stir crazy and I become really hard to get along with. Just ask the missus. And, you know, it's just, I think everywhere we look, you know, there are parks that were full of kids 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and are standing empty for days on end. You know, the kids are inside playing PlayStations. I mean, we never get out of the 90-degree angles and diesel stink and little glass boxes anymore. And I'm right there, right? I am guilty of this as anyone else. But man, it's sort of, there's a real disconnect between one person and the next nowadays, you know? And like the old style neighborhoods where all the kids would play out on the street and there'd be like you know, at least one parent sitting on the front porch. Get it, man. I don't see that anymore. You know, especially if you know, you walk through suburbia and it's all like, you know, driveway, 2 cars, glass box, driveway, 2 cars, glass box. You know, kids see each other at Little League practice. You know, get your kids outside, let them play in the dirt, let them pick the grass, let them look at spiders, you know, and I'm living that, by the way. My daughter is happy as a pig in shit when she's outside, and I am doing everything I can to not quash that. It takes us an hour sometimes to walk from the bus stop to my house because she's looking at everything on the ground. And, you know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, that's where a scientific mind is developing. So for land's sakes, let it develop. And I buy that, you know. And so, I mean, that's a real life lesson that I've come to believe. Number 2, I kind of want to be able to say, like, you know, find what you love and do it, man. Do what you love. That's a big philosophy right now, you know. But I can't say that because, I mean, maybe it's because I grew up in a less than privileged environment, but that just feels so classist to me. Like, I find that it denigrates the work done by, you know, the immigrants and the lower classes. I use that term because I grew up thinking in class terms, you know, because I wasn't rich. But, you know, the people who we need to keep the wheels running. You know, people who take away our garbage, the people who clean hotel rooms, the people who are behind the scenes at the restaurant, you know, or the bussers and the you know, the guys working in the kitchen, you know, the guys who don't get the big tips out on the floor, or like all these taxi drivers, man. You know, a guy I was driven around once by a man who was a taxi driver in Montreal, but who back in his country in North Africa had been a pharmacist. Do you think that driving a taxi is doing what he really wanted to do? No. But you know what? We need taxi drivers. We need bus drivers. We need, you know, so no, it's not a philosophy I can get with, you know. I mean, now it's tough because then, so the other side of that coin is, you know, do what you need to do to give you the freedom to do what you love. And I buy. I find that more and more people are working all the time, so they don't really have the time to do what they love afterwards. So I don't know what the answer is there. So I guess that's another reason that cannot be my second life truth. So you know what? I do have one though, and it's about bullying. It's about there's a guy on YouTube who a lot of you will know and love, or at least like, but I think he's a great guy. I love watching his videos. Effie Jr. I've received nothing from Effie Jr. Okay, I've gotten no gifts from him. All I've gotten from him is good wishes, good conversation, a friendly ear, and just all around good things like that. The kind of stuff you can't touch. So I'm not defending a guy who sent me anything. Okay, in terms of tangible goods. But you know, for a long time he was getting bullied on YouTube. And that gets me where I live, because when I was a kid, I got bullied a lot. I failed a year because I was never in school because of bullying. I know, Zed, you thought you were TMIing us, but I think I just did you one better. But I mean, so what I'm saying is bullying gets me where I live. And you know, here on YouTube, Bushcrafters, we're trying to put a community together here, you know, and everywhere you look, there are people trying to put little 21st century communities together. And if you walk into, sorry, mosquito, if you walk into one of those communities and start ripping someone down, you're not playing the game. You're not on the team. You're not relevant to what we're trying to do, or they're trying to do, or they're trying to do. You're a drag on the machine. You're a drag on the group, you know. And especially because, man, online, you know what? Sitting at our desks, we're all 6 feet tall Adonises with acerbic wits, pecs, six packs. When in reality, we're all just normal people, you know? And if you're going to take someone down, do a video. Put your face on somebody's screen and tell the world why you don't like that person. You may think, I heard the word getter being used. Oh, mosquitoes. I heard the word getter being used about Effie Jr. Like he's sending stuff to get stuff. Even if that's true, and I don't believe it is, but I'm saying, let's just say you're right. None of your freaking business, dude. None of your business. You know? It's not your job to correct the ills of something like that. You know what? If I want to send somebody something, I'm going to send them that thing. Period. And Effie sends stuff out of the goodness of his heart. So I guess the truth that I'm trying to come around to here is, you know, like, and I come from, you know, I have a real history of being a bit of an ass, okay? Like reaching out and like, you're wrong, blah, 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 you're an idiot. And as I get older, I'm realizing that, you know what, just, you can't save people from themselves. So just, if I just let it go, I don't say anything. I try to only say things if I have something positive to say, unless there's something really beyond the pale, you know. So yeah, what I'm trying to say here is, if you're going to reach out and touch someone, it had better be to make them smile, you know. Which brings us to my third is make something. Make something. And I don't mean that in sort of the, you know, the Protestant work ethic, you know, make something of yourself. No, I mean that in the old school punk ethic of You know, what, you don't know how to play the guitar? Learn 3 chords, make up a bunch of words, and get out there. If it's terrible and it's nothing but swear words, you're out there and you're making something and you're bringing something to the world. And so if it's a YouTube video, great. If it's carving spoons, great. If it's, you know, as a human being, you are an ambulatory miracle. Do you know what I'm saying? You're more than science, you're more than religion, you're more than philosophy. You are a walking piece of magic because you're alive. There's a soul, you're not just a machine. And so if you go to work, you go home, you eat, you know, meat, potatoes, and veg, meat, potatoes, veg, meat, potatoes, veg. Sit down in front of whatever, so you think you can dance or X Factor or blah. Then you zone out, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, pour like a shake down your throat on your way out to go and do another long ass work day, come home, do the same thing, put the kids in soccer practice on the weekend instead of letting them actually just play, unstructured play. You know, if that's all you're doing, then you are wasting what the universe has given you. And everyone can make something. Everyone can. For some people it's knitting. Dude, knit socks. Knit socks for a children's shelter or something, you know? You know, just do something. Because everyone wants something. Deep down inside, everyone wants to make something. Music, poetry, food. Look, for some people it's just cooking. Everything is legit. Everything. Everything that's not based on hate, ripping someone else a new one, is legit. So there it is. Get out in the forest or the park, somewhere non-structured. Be nice to each other and let that little worm of creativity that's hidden in the bottom of your stomach out. All of these will make you a much happier person. Because there's so much in this world right now that will make you an unhappy person. That's it. That's it. That's all the the brilliance I got. See you later, friends. That's all she wrote. Bye-bye.